Hey everyone, welcome to our video channel, to our podcast. Today's show episode, all that is kind of going to be sad, a sad one. We we have some announcements to make, I guess. So Marco, man, we've been through a lot. We've been through the ups and downs of this business. You've worked for us on and off a couple different times. So as of making this video, today is Marco's last day here with Porter Pickups, and this is a video and a podcast that I never wanted to make. It's something that I'll keep it simple in terms of the reasons. Is just the industry is brutal, and so we've had to make some changes, and but I don't really want to talk too much about that. I more just want to kind of honor you and just thank you for all the work that, I mean, Marco has built so many of your custom shop pickups, so many of your just your regular orders. I think, I mean, you've had your hands on this winder and the soldering iron, and we've gone through a bunch of different employees, and I'm just going to say it right off the top, and even if other people that have worked for us are watching or listening, I'm sorry, but Marco has been our best employee that we've ever had. And I'm just going to say that because it's true. You've been like family to us, and just such a great friend. And so this last handful of weeks has been just brutal trying to figure out what that looks like. I'll make some more announcements on kind of the way forward for Porter Pickups. We are not closing down. Just so you know that, but we are reinventing, and things are going to look a lot different. So, so Marco, just, man, thank you so much for everything, and you've just been a rock solid dude, and just a great friend. And our friendship's going to continue, which I'm super thankful for. Our sharing of guitar gear and all those things will continue, but just maybe not in the way we thought it was going to.
Yeah. And there's always these curveballs that life kind of throws at you. But I guess I do just want to start by saying, like, there really is like no hard feelings. Like, Brian is the man who taught me how to fish and like showed me that there's this whole other side to my like skill set. And it really was so inspiring and uplifting to me at a point in my life. And so like, I can't like thank you guys enough for that. You and Kathleen and the rest of your family, like, it's family so important to me, and feeling like a part of this family, like truth, like I feel like a part of this family, and we made it through some crazy stuff, and we learned a lot of things together, and like I'm getting images of some of the cool stuff we've always done, and like learning and like expanding upon stuff, and learning to mod guitars and wire stuff up. But all of that was rooted in our love of guitars and music, and we kind of come from different like backgrounds, but it's just like, it meant a lot to me that the Porters, like me, just kind of some riffraff walking in off the street. And I kind of, through one of the past employees, there was a need to build bobbins. And so I just jumped on, and I remember just showing up the first day, and Brian just sat me down at the bobbin station, and he just really quickly showed me how we would put together a strap bobbin. And I would show up just like one day a week, and there would be a list, and I would just build the bobbins, and, there would be notes, and I wasn't really that great at it at first, and I was really slow, but just little by little, we pieced it together, and we were able to kind of get to where we were. And like, I think that's really cool. That even happened. Like, normally you would think that, one's oil and one's water, that like they don't work well together, but we really figured out that we're actually very similar, and the way that we work just complemented each other very well. And yeah, just like he said, I built a lot of pickups for people, and when I first started, and even you showing me the winder, it was like, oh, okay, this is now another challenge, but we overcame that, and we figured out how to do that, and in that, I just I did how I do things, and I was able to like learn, and that was really cool, like I said, and very inspiring to me. And yeah, it's just been like the best time of my life, kind of. And so it like, I think I was going on year 7, because I was gone for a year in
That's right.
Tucson.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I think it was the beginning of 2016 I started, and like I knew nothing, and it's the classic you think but then the more that you walk in a direction, you realize that there's so much more that you don't know, and that's the kind of thing that I sink my teeth into, and that stuff's just so important to me. So it really has been just kind of like a treasure, and I think we both obviously are better on the other end because of this whole shared experience. To me, it's tantamount to like being in a band and what you accomplish with your bandmates, and when you feel like, oh, this is rolling, like stuff is happening. Let's keep going and just go till the wheels fall off, kind of thing. And not that like that's happening, like you said, but I think it's super cool that it's just going to keep rolling while it may look like different, or it's not the same Porter that it was like 5 years ago. It's like it's still going to be, just like your creation and your kind of like efforts. So I think that that's really special and something that deserves also like like being honored, and just it's a super cool thing, and I was just so thankful to be a part of it and being included in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, you've been such a rock solid, just dude, and so consistent, and the stuff that many of you have gotten has been a result of just the dedication from people like you, and there's a small but mighty crew here, and we really do care about what we build, and the quality that goes out there, and just the tone. I mean, we don't really talk about it too much, but we're kind of obsessed with chasing that tone, and finding those those really good sounding wines, and we don't we're just not hypey. We're not like over the top. We're pretty even keeled kind of normal guys, and I think about, yeah, you're mentioning that first phase. You're just back there building bobbins in our old shop that was a doctor's office, so there was like 7 different tiny rooms, they were like exam rooms, and so you were in the back kind of building bobbins, and I think it was like the bobbin room and kind of the showroom. There was some guitars back there too, and a laser, and it
The
was kind of
laser, yeah.
it was such a funny thing now that we're in the shop that we're in now, and just like you've been through kind of some of these like these really crucial eras of Porter too, like going to the NAMM show, kind of like doing all that thing. Many of you got to meet Marco at the NAMM show and some of the other places. And I just love for you guys to put your comments down below. I can say thanks a million times, but I think all these people who I don't think we either of us know the impact that we've made, if that makes sense, because we're kind of building stuff, and we see a name on a sheet, we put a shipping label on it, and we send it out, and so if you have any comments to leave for Marco, I would love for you guys to do that on wherever you find this. If you're listening on the Podbean page, head to the YouTube version of this video, and yeah, I'd love for you guys to honor Marco, and as well, just like that's what we want to do with this video. Maybe if you have any like some of your favorite memories, do you want to like run through a few of those? You don't have to necessarily. We're not, as you can tell, we're not really scripting this out or planning this, but it is something that I just wanted to make sure that we kind of give you the honor. Just thank you so much for everything.
Yeah. And I mean, there really is like too many to count, but just anytime I would show up and they would see something wacky on the build sheet, like a crazy custom wood top, or like a super hot pickup, or a super underwound pickup, like that was always so magical to me, like showing up at the beginning of the week and seeing what was going to be on the sheet and how we were going to do it. And it like that just like would get into my mind a certain way, and it just like I for some reason would sink my teeth into it like nothing else. And like one of the most awesome things about this shop is that like you said, we're not like super hypey, and we're not like, hey everyone, look at us, and like that's neither here nor there. I think that's just like our personality types. And I know the way that life is, like both of us at times would love just like showing up here and are kind of like our little hidden out of the way kind of clubhouse away from the world, and we could just kind of show up and focus on something that was, like, for lack of a better term, for the greater good, and for doing something like beyond physically what you're doing, like you're impacting beyond that. And I just think of all of the pickups that I made, and obviously when someone would say, "Oh, this sounds great," like that feels great, but I'll just I like making music. I'm like a musician, and the thought of making something for other musicians, even if you don't you consider yourself one, like you still have a right to the joy that comes out of like strumming something like this and hearing the sound that comes out of the amp. Like I think everybody deserves that, and to feel that, like just that sparkle, that joy. And the thought of like, maybe I don't have a gig tonight, but I just think about all the pickups that we've sent out into the world, like worldwide,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as like Japan and like Germany and France, like all of these people that kind of like took the chance with us just because something about it felt right. It's like, maybe I'm not playing tonight, but maybe I am, like, I'm there in spirit, like all of these guitars that are loaded with our pickups that are making music. It, like, to me, that is such a beautiful thing. And like I just get a kick out of that, and so it's like you're doing something more for than just like face value or what it is. But it's like, even if you don't know that you're playing our pickups, like there's a chance that maybe you are playing our pickups, or you
Hmm.
have played them, you have heard them. I know that I had a lot of friends that would buy a guitar secondhand, and then they would send me a picture and like, "Oh, look, there's Porters in here." And it's
Hmm.
just really cool. Like, you don't know how far like the impact reaches. But it is just really cool that there's just potential to be doing something cool beyond what is, right in front of us, I
Yeah.
think. And, it's just been so neat to me. And that always, you know, it made me feel good at night when I was going to bed. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm doing something for music, for inspiration, for like creative expression, for like people's art, for the people that are like pro musicians out there, like playing shows a lot, making some like, making a living off of this stuff. Like, you're also helping those people like feel comfortable with what they're doing to then like further their own paths,
Mm.
so it feels you know like the gift that keeps on giving, I guess. Like, you hear that phrase like thrown around a lot, but this was definitely one of those places. And you know over just y- you know like, I'm doing this just to like pay my own way and get all of the stuff that I want. Like, everyone has to do that, but you could go to sleep at night feeling good knowing that this is going farther. And it's, it's like writing a song that's a good song. It's like, even when your time on this earth is done or whatever,
Mhm.
like if you made that mark and you left that there, like that's always going to be there. And so that's just really cool, and it's a way of just keeping that spirit alive. And yeah, just all for the love of music. And that's why I tried so hard. And truthfully, I've seen how Brian and his family have worked hard for this too. And that constantly like inspired me as well, just seeing somebody else kind of like hustle like that. So, it just felt very rewarding. And I've done a lot of jobs and worked with a lot of different people like in the past. And this by far has been kind of the most rewarding. It like fills you up in a way. So it just was, yeah. I don't know. I just kind of walked in a circle and talked in a circle, but
That's all good, man.
it just I love what I was doing, and I love like where it was going and what that was doing, and then potentially the positive outcomes of that, I guess, in short.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just been a man. It's been such a fun ride, and again, these are the hard things of business, hard decisions, hard dynamics to work through. It's the part that sucks. It's the part that I hate. That my name's on the door because I'm the one that has to make these decisions. I have to make these kind of things, and that's hard. But I think again, just wanting to honor you, and if you have anything you'd like to leave for Marco, like a note or something like that, or a Sweetwater gift card or something like that, you can email your thoughts to info@porterpickups.com as well. I mean, Marco has made such a great impact. We couldn't have done this without him. Truthfully, we couldn't have got where we got without him. And so again, I just want to honor you, man, and just love you, appreciate you so much. And it's gonna be lonely making videos by myself probably for a little while. And again, we'll talk about all that other stuff later. But this is just kind of like the crossroads, I guess, if you will, of we've had these different eras of Porter and kind of what it looks like, and I truthfully don't know, and so we'll talk a little bit more about that kind of in the coming weeks and months, or just kind of depending on how we're all feeling. But yeah, if anyone ever needs to get a hold of Marco, you can reach out to us, and we'll pass on anything to him. I'm not gonna like put your phone number on the YouTube video or anything like that, but yeah, man, just awesome person. Just thank you so much. I wish you nothing but the best in the next venture, whatever that looks like. I think life is such a wild ride sometimes. I think that I'm just really thankful our paths crossed, and I'm thankful that we got to do this together for as long as we did. I feel like that was you know probably more of a surprise. I mean, being that you came in with an employee that turned sour and sideways, the employee that kind of brought you in the door, but then you were sort of the diamond in the rough out of that out of that whole thing. So any final thoughts as we sign off here? Thank you guys again so much for watching our videos, listening to our podcast. Again, all those things will continue. We're just a little bit in reinvention mode right now. So any final thoughts, Marco, as you kind of sign off?
Yeah, well, just anybody that lended an ear or took a chance on us, like so many choices in any industry, like it really meant like the world to me to be able to do this kind of stuff. And that's not something that I'll take lightly, and that'll be with me forever. So it's just a cool gift. And yeah, I mean, thank you guys. And like you said, we held on for a really long time, and it's like we really kind of like almost like cheated our way through it. Like everything will tell you that this isn't supposed to work, or this is not a good idea. But it's just like we just took it and we ran with it until we could. And it's just been great, and it's just meant a lot to me. Anybody that tuned in, that listened, that tried the pickups, that even if you didn't like it, like that feedback like helped us be better. And it's just been awesome. And so thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. We'll be back in the future with more videos, but for now, signing off one last time, Brian and Marco. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.